Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So Solana, we have to very clearly say that it, from a higher level point of view here, reached perfectly the target area in this wave 2 correction. This wave 2 correction is based on the Elliott wave method, just a normal correction. Especially in a wave 2, you would expect such a strong reaction to the 88.7 to the 78.6% FIB level in that region here between $29 and $55. That is also the region we talked about a long time before Solana in the end got into it. Now, ideally, you don't have an asset break below the 88.7% FIB level. If it happens for a short time, not a great deal, but it is just like a magical level that ideally an asset doesn't go below. Now, Solana hasn't gone below, maybe briefly, but it has recovered since then. It's back in the 88.7 or above the 88.7% FIB level. But at the moment I still have to expect still lower prices for Solana. Yeah, this is still very, very much possible, still very, very much likely, and I can't just here change my opinion and just suddenly say, okay, we are definitely going up from here and call out any low or something without having any real evidence for it, because at the moment I don't have the evidence. I have to say that very clearly. There is no evidence that the low is in here. But there is a chance, as I said in the previous video. At the moment, unfortunately, as stupid as it may sound, it could be in or it couldn't be, the low. It is just the truth. It is just what it is, and anything else is speculation. It's pretty much the first time here, really, that I'm telling you that the low could be in, and that on the lower time frame we have a possible impulsive wave structure forming. But at the moment for Solana, I have to say also very clearly, this is not high confidence yet. For me, it is still more likely that we go down. This is absolutely the case also, especially for Solana. So what we have to say here, the next wave that could be coming up should be ideally be a wave 3, and that should take us into the region above $400, $450. But a lot of people have asked me, how does that fit into the, into the idea of potentially, a crypto winter, or you've got obviously a recession going on. And my view is always, a recession, markets recover way before the end of a recession. That's one thing. Yeah, I mean, we are not officially even in a recession, but markets recover before that. So as soon as you see it in the news that recession is over, or even that the war is over in the Ukraine, way before that you will get markets to recover. That is just what it is. And when you read it in the news, it's actually too late for investors. That's it. One more idea is that it couldn't, and it's just refreshing the chart here at the moment. One more idea is that we might not go into a wave 3 next, which would be a new all-time high. It could just mean that we've made this, we make this, we make this, we make this, or something, that we have a triangle. That would be not bad as well, because this would be a possibility for people to do swing trading, okay? That's one possibility, and that is what we don't know yet. Another possibility, could be that we come down a little bit lower, we make a lower low even here compared to that from the 20th of July, and we make something like this, which is also possible here, just an expanded triangle or something, and then start from here. This is at the moment all possible, and we don't know that until we have more price information. We need that price information, what is happening exactly here now, to establish what is the next likely action. And at the moment we don't really have a lot of new price information, but let's take a look at the actual lower time frame chart. And by the way, maybe let's take another look at some of the indicators, really just to take a look at where we currently are on the daily chart here, which is starting to get a bit optimistic. I already outlined it in the previous video, not this one, that here we have a potential bullish cross coming on the ADX. That is a first good sign. If that cross is bullish, definitely potentially interesting. And here on the RSI, we're still though in the bearish range. So I would need to see a move above 50 here to get at least in the bullish range and confirm bullish momentum. The MACD has already made a bullish cross, and I mean, as a result of that, you have already seen prices increase from around $25 to $35 anyway. What is so important here for Solana is here that 2-day chart, which will then translate over onto the 4-day chart. So here on the 2-day, we have seen a bullish crossover already. And this is also a bullish divergence. So you have seen here higher lows on the MACD, yeah? Whereas you have seen lower lows on the price chart. So that is indicating that, you know, when this is turning around, obviously, and it is, that this could push prices up. So whenever we've seen that here on the Solana chart, that the 2-day chart, MACD, has formed a bullish crossover, that did lead to rising prices, yeah, to quite significantly rising prices. So we can't really ignore it. Yeah, you can see that here very clearly. This has happened now pretty much for the 6th time or whatever, but we can see here, I wouldn't take too seriously what we see down back here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe here 6th time. But if we take a look at the prices here that you can actually see on this arithmetic chart, this wave here, we can see that whenever that happened, the prices did go up quite a bit. So we cannot really ignore it. Yeah, so it is something that we need to take a look at it and take quite seriously. So this could really translate over onto the 4-day chart and the weekly, and then really give prices a lot of push to the upside. So we can't ignore it. RSI is still very weak, but also going up a little bit. The ADX doesn't show anything on the 2-day chart yet, but the 4-day, the MACD is potentially interesting. Here also ADX on the 4-day chart doesn't show anything. RSI also not, but the MACD also already potentially forming a bullish crossover, and the 4-day is even more relevant than the 2-day chart. So whenever you get it here, this has even more meaning. Yeah, we've only had it here on the 4-day chart 3 times really. But whenever it happened, it pushed prices up. Even here the last time, which was basically, you could call it only a fake out, but it was also a move from around, I think, $75 to $150. So yeah, this is, if this crosses bullish on the 4-day chart and we have a bullish divergence as well, yeah, put the seatbelt on, I think. Yeah, put the seatbelt on. And the weekly is also already turning around. So from that point of view, Solana is quite a promising chart at the moment. But I'm still, and I have to say that very clearly, I'm still sitting here on the fence if it is a recovery that is long lasting or not, if it is just coming down again. The problem I have with this, yeah, is if we take a look here at the chart, obviously we cut with this wave 4. If this still would be the wave 4, yeah, outlined in the previous video, possibility still the wave 4 here, and the wave 5 will be lower, so that we basically come once more lower. If this still is a wave 4, it violated the wave 1 low. It is technically not possible like that anymore, actually, okay? So what has to happen, actually, this has to be the wave 4 here, and then the wave 5 was here. There are other ways of counting this, but this would actually be the preferred one, but all we would have needed is a little bit of a lower low compared to the wave 3. So I outlined in the previous video, the possibility exists that Solana starts to go to the upside from here, and that the low was already in here, in that wave 5, okay? The possibility exists. With that wave 5, it would have completed all the corrections, yeah, all the corrective waves, and it means we could now really be in a wave 1 to the upside, which is what we want to recover. This can be counted impulsively here, it can be. But yeah, we have a lot of overlaps in that move. Yeah, different to Bitcoin and Ethereum. There are a lot of overlaps. That is one problem, which you would normally not have in an impulsive wave to the upside. The other problem I have is that this wave 5 was shorter than the wave 3. You would normally expect the wave 5 to end below the wave 3, and that is why my target was here around $24 actually originally, and even $19 to $20 would be a good target for this wave 5 down here. Now it was very short. Okay, so this is a problem. There are exceptions, and we can count it like that as a so-called truncated wave, which means it's just a shorter wave than the wave 3, if there is enough bullish sentiment to not allow the wave 5 to end lower. But I would only consider this, as said, if we go at least above the $38 level. Now, we briefly cut into this, but we didn't really hold it. So I'm still sitting on the fence here. I have to say that very, very clearly to you. At the moment, we have to just wait for more price information. Primarily, I still have to expect we make a lower low at this stage. While we violated that wave 1, it still is it still is, I'm not convinced, yeah, especially as here on the daily chart, yeah, it was only a wick that violated that wave one. It was not a daily candle close or anything. Was it a no, it wasn't even a 4-hour candle close. So I'm a bit skeptical about this. Yeah, I have to be very honest with you. So I want to see more price information. At the moment here, what you need to know, the breakout for me to the upside is not yet confirmed, even though bullish signs are increasing. Yeah, the indicators, and also we broke out of this descending channel. If we see the price finding support on this ascending trend line, or here when it comes down to the channel again and find support somewhere here, and then you see a bullish engulfing, that can indicate that we are going to push higher from here. And you know, at least I would personally want to see actually to get confirmation here, because it is a truncated wave, which I'm not a fan of. And if that is supposed to be the low, at least I want to have the price prove to me that the low is in by going above $48. And again, a move above $48 is only an indication. It will not prove to us really that the low is in. It is only another level of confirmation. I mean, really for Solana, and I have to be very honest with you, really that $122 level is very relevant. As long as we are below that, there is still a risk to come down. Now, of course, this can be traded, yeah. But this is a structurally very important level, that $122 level. As long as we are below that, price pressure to the downside still very imminent. But again, you know, this can be traded. Absolutely, it can be traded. And for now, I'm a bit skeptical if this is already a breakout. So again, support at one of these two levels would be relevant, would be important. I mean, we've even lost here the 20-day moving average. Again, you can see that. It's not too bullish, actually. The price action itself is not too bullish, and also all of these overlaps here. Now, this could be a so-called leading diagonal. This would be a bullish case where we can allow for those overlaps, actually. But having a truncated wave and the leading diagonal together, it just is the skepticism that it's still in, you know, that is included in this bullish case. So I'm sitting on the fence here, watching this. As soon as I have more price information and more reason to confirm that the low is in, or that it is not in, I will let you know. At the moment, I'm actually still thinking that the low is not yet in, because I do not have enough bullish price information that would confirm and that would convince me really. Yeah. But it is worth keeping in mind that long-term or medium-term MACD, which is turning bullish here now also on the 4-day chart. So it's worth keeping that in mind. And if we get a retest on one of these levels and see an engulfing candle, that is obviously a trade that can be taken. But in the first instance, it then needs to take out here the previous swing high and then move higher. And for me, the $48 level here is probably the most relevant, that previous wave 4. Okay, so sorry I can't give you a clearer picture at the moment. It is just what it is at the moment. You have to be very honest. And if you are in such a turnaround space, things are just very, very unclear. We first need to have confirmation, and we need to have the price determine first what is the way it wants to go. At the moment, it doesn't know itself. Okay. All right. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.